Okay, hey guys. Today I have another deck profile, and this one's a bit different. This is a new deck for I guess, the Justice Hunters. Yeah, Justice Hunters format. I went to a locals yesterday to play Crystron Canine, or I guess it's more like a Canine deck with Crystron added into it than the other way around. Uh, but yeah, it was super fun. I really enjoyed playing this deck, and I had a lot of fun, and so definitely wanted to share like what I was playing. um I think for the most part, like the engine is solid. It's absolutely, actually it's kind of insane, and I'm really, uh really liking it. I feel like my camera keeps on changing, but yeah, okay. But yeah, so I wanted to show you guys what I played and kind of my thoughts on the on this specific deck, because it's a pretty solid budget deck right now. So minus the the Izunas, but other than that, it's solid. So for the Crystron things, 3 Sulfador and then 2 Sulfafnirs. These are level 5s that work really well with the K9 cards. Yeah, not a lot to say about that. I play 1 Smiger and then one Trustaros. It's a pretty minimal package. I think in this build you definitely only need 1 Trustaros, but I'm also not playing the I don't know what it's called, Fistfern. I don't know. It's the level 3 that switches a monster. So I'm not playing it right now because one, I don't have it yet. I'm gonna be getting it soon, but uh, I honestly, like, I feel like it could come up, but I didn't feel like I really needed it. The games that I lost were not because of it. So, and it's not really full combo on its own if you have to normal summon it. So, I think it's actually kind of an iffy card, but it is nice to have to like extend. But yeah, I think that's honestly fine to play. You can cut down, make the deck more consistent. Still play 3 Inclusion and then the 1 Cluster. These cards are just crazy. Absolutely insane. You can actually like combo so much because you can summon what is it, Sulfador or Sulfador with your what's it called? With your K9 Jokul, and then you can send like a Smiger add this add something, and then if you're like playing into a board, if it gets from like your cards get removed, you can then Sulfador pop this to bring this back. So it's another level 5 extender, and then you have this engraved to banish it to bring back a level 5 again. So you just have like so much access to level 5s. It's actually insane. So then onto the K9 stuff. 3 Azuna. Yeah, just a crazy card. Absolutely insane for the new format. Not really a lot to say about it. Only once I actually activated it on my opponent's turn. There was a second game where I could have done it, but my opponent had gotten to a point where, it wouldn't have been efficient for me to have done it. But being able to like hand trap, like I think there was one time I went Perulia, drew into a Fulos, then drew into a Zuna, and then like they ended on a half board, and then at the end of his turn I just Izuna'd, sucked something up. I think a Seal of Heavenly Spheres, I think it was, and it was just, yeah, it was insane. 3 Jokok is the best kind of starter for this deck. It is like a 2 card starter or a 1.5 because you do need another card, another level 5. But that's a big part of this deck. You should have a lot of them. You should have access to a lot of them. 1 Lupus for the combo for sending it and then quick XYZing on your opponent's turn, and then 1 Lantern, just because you only need one. It doesn't reborn level 5s, unfortunately. That would be really cool, but it does reborn K9s. Also, something you should know, if you want to make Paradise Smasher, you can't use Lantern or Jokul if you've used their effects to summon themselves. So yeah, something to keep in mind for because I've seen people try and do that. And then I'm playing 2 Case of Canine just for the consistency, and then the one release. This card's actually busted. It's crazy. I guess I should explain real quick. This lets you rank up your Ripper into like the Werewolf, and doing so gets you a non-targeting destruction of pop. It's really good. I am playing 3 Chaotic Elements. This card is actually insane. It searches you your Jokul, which is like your best starter. That's the card you want in your starting hand every time. And it's like a Snatch, Steal, or Mind Control, whatever, in the graveyard on the same turn as well. So yeah, your opponent's cards have to be light or dark or a Pyro or an Aqua, but you know, that's very common to get. I did have a question about rulings for this card. The judge at my locals ruled that it just has to be like only, where's it, the focus? Only has to fulfill one of the light or dark Pyro or Aqua, because it doesn't say light or dark and Pyro or Aqua. So it just, if it's just a light monster or a dark monster, you can just take it. So we'll have to see how, you know, head judges rule that, but I'm pretty sure that's the right ruling. So one Foolish, because it's just, you know, Foolishing Smiger's essentially full Crystron combo, and then one Scrap Recycler, because this is part of the part of the combo where you can actually summon this multiple times and then send multiple machines off of it, and you just combo a lot. So yeah, I think the hand traps are the only part of the deck that I need to work on. What I want my ratios to be and how much non-engine I want to play, because this deck actually played really well into boards going second. It was actually kind of surprising how well it did. But so for the hand traps right now, I'm playing 3 Ash, 3 Fulos, 2 Perulia. I only own 2 Perulia. Perulia is kind of a crazy card, but it's, you know, it's $70 right now. I don't really want to spend my money on that just at the moment, but you know, we'll see how things go. Then 3 Imperm, and then 3 Droplet. This is really good in this deck in Crystron regardless, but also with the new Canine stuff, people, you know, doing plays on turn 0 with what is it? You can do turn 0 plays with the Canine cards. You can do turn 0 plays with or it's really turn 1, but turn 0 plays with the Draco Tail cards. You can summon the monster that bounces a bunch on your opponent's turn sometimes, and then the, what's it called? I can't. Oh my god! The other level. The fact that I can't even remember this card. Wow, I'm really blanking. Basically the main meta deck right now. Vanquish Soul. There it is. The Holy Sue. Okay. Oh my goodness. I just wasted a lot of time in that video not being able to remember that. But yeah, you know, all those cards can play on turn 0, so this is also really good for that. And it's a good board breaker going second. It's a great card going first because you can stop the cards like I just mentioned, and at the same time, you can set it going first and break boards going second. So it's a solid card. So that's it for the main deck. I believe it was 41. I don't know if I want to change stuff with that. Might drop Case of Canaan down to 1. I like the consistency, but you know, well, I'll have to see how things go. Onto the extra deck, we have Ripper. I got a nice CR recently, which is nice. This card's crazy. It's a hand and graveyard monster negate. Plus, if your opponent activates a monster effect, you can set the quick play trap to help you rank up, like, for free. And you can just attach a card from it and add a canine card. So it's just a searcher too, which is kind of crazy. Then we have one werewolf. Where this card is also insane. So you get a pop from ranking up into this, and then if your opponent activates a card effect on your turn, you can banish a card from your opponent's field engraved, so like a Changing like effect. And if it's your opponent's turn, you can look at your opponent's hand and banish a card from it face up until the end phase, which is also insane. I'm only playing with 2 cards, but I found that actually I think I want to add a 3rd canine card, maybe a 2nd Ripper to it, because there are times when it did come up that I kind of wanted more, but you know, because there's not really any way to recycle these. So yeah, I'll have to think about that for the future. One River Stormer, because it searches our Scrap Recycler, which is our combo. We get to a Ripper into this before even normal summoning, so it's actually kind of crazy. Then I play Nash Knight with 2 targets, just the 104 and then the C102. I mean, it doesn't matter. You could play 2 104. Like, I don't have any like cards that like would be good to play regardless, like any decent rank 5s. Like, these are basically just here as materials for two uses of the Nash Knight effect to suck up one of your opponent's monsters. So yeah, there's one number monster that's, was it 103 or 10? I don't know what it is, but it's a really expensive card right now. It's like $70 for the super rare, and I don't want to pay that, so I'm not gonna play that right now. One Chronomaly Vimana. This card's actually insane. So you can, it both is a monster negate, but it's also, you can quick effect attach one of your XYZ's engrave to this and then boost one of your monsters attack by half of the monster you targeted. So it actually, it came up today or yesterday when my opponents like multiple times tried to attack into things, and I, did the attack modification, ended up making my opponent lose life points and having their stuff destroyed. And you can get back enough materials to just have a second negate on this. So it's actually 2 negates, which is really cool. Then I also play Cyber Dragon Nova and then Infinity. Yeah, just standard Crystron stuff. Your machines let you make it, so which is nice. One Paradise Smasher, this is like a backup plan. I didn't end up summoning it, although I could have. It can be difficult to summon sometimes, but also it's probably going to get banned because it is a bit of a toxic card because it's kind of like a turn skip, so not a lot to say about that. I play one Zeus. I didn't summon it yesterday, but I do think it's a good option. Then for synchros, we just play the one Eleskeletus and then the one Dawn Dragster. Like I said, this is mostly a rank 5 K9 deck with Crystron in it. Even though the Crystron cards are decent, there's a decent amount of them. It's it's not a synchro heavy deck. So, and the last 2 cards is Clockwork Knight and an SP Little Knight. So, yeah, that's just about it. I'll show you my side deck, but my side deck is right now is just not like the best for this format. Like I haven't like figured it out the way I want. I do know I want Droll because there's still Mitsu Raizel running around and some other decks that kind of struggle with Droll. Like this deck also kind of struggles with Droll a little bit. So, for the mirror, and there are people at my locals who play the mirror and still play Mitsu Raizel. So, that's for that. I put in 3 Pank for Yummy. I didn't end up drawing it against my Yummy matchup, but yeah, I don't know if it's the most insane card against that deck. It's like, it's okay, but I don't know if it does enough what I want it to do. But I was just trying it out. 3 Evenly, this card is actually kind of insane. I think this card is going to be a lot more effective in this format because a lot of the decks, other than Yummy, don't set up like a negate really. I think there's some cards like you can set up, I guess you can set up a spell trap negate with Draco Tail too, but against like decks like Vanquish Soul, I think this card is going to be like a lot more insane. And then against certain rogue strategies, I also think it's pretty good. Against stun, there's some popularity with stun coming back, unfortunately, but yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But I think it's a decent option to have. And then I'm playing 3 Thrust, 1 Talents, 1 Clockwork Knight because we can search this off of our Link 1, and this is actually a really good floodgate against like decks like Yummy or decks that basically they need their monsters to be a certain thing, and this just turns everything on the field to machines. This also lets us make Cyber Dragon Infinity with any of our level 5s if we have that on the field. So it's an interesting floodgate. I don't know how necessary it is. Excuse me. It really depends on how popular Yummy is, but yeah, it's a interesting thing. And then 1 D Barrier because I think it's just the most generic card I can set off of Thrust for the format. You can call XYZs, you can call synchros against Yummy, you can you know, call fusion against Draco Tail. There's, you know, a lot of stuff you can do with it. But yeah, so that's the deck profile. It was really fun to play. I didn't top. I was still, you know, trying to figure things out. But yeah, this deck is really cool, and I really enjoyed playing it. And I think I'm gonna, you know, give the canine cards a decent amount of love for a decent amount of time. I think, you know, they're really fun to play with, and I played through so much interaction with them yesterday. I was actually pretty surprised how well they helped me play into boards. Yeah, just absolutely crazy. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.